Hi everyone, I'm Joe. Today it's time for me to do a channel update and the year in review. It feels very strange to be sitting in front of a camera again. It has been at least 6 months since I filmed a video, and indeed this video will be talking about why that happened and indeed my plans for this channel going forward. And I should say, give a little trigger warning first. There is going to be some pretty dark topics I'm going to talk about in this video, basically illness and death, frankly. So if that is something that bothers you, then you may want to not continue watching onwards. So it starts off with, at the start of the year, my mum's health was perfectly okay. Then suddenly, in a literally two day period, her health, physical and mental, deteriorated extremely severely in such a way that the doctors, when she went into hospital, they were amazed by how fast her deterioration was and how severely. This is very rare apparently, that somebody deteriorates this extreme, but it happened to my mum sadly. It turned out to be Alzheimer's in the end. It took a long time to get a diagnosis for this, and indeed as soon as it happened I basically became her full-time carer because mum couldn't really cope by herself, and indeed she actually had no memory of me, which was the primary reason why this will be, I was a carer for 6 months, the most traumatic and unpleasant 6 months of my life, bar none. I mean, this has been the year from hell, frankly. I don't blame mum as a person, I blame the illness that became my mum, because she became verbally and mentally abusive because she didn't remember who I was or anybody else was, and this led to her being basically extreme fear, and this led to anger and rage. And this was due to the Alzheimer's, not mum's choice, which I understand, so I don't hold it against her. But on a personal level though, this was very hard to take because I was her full-time carer and I just got extreme abuse continuously. It never stopped. Every hour I'd get levels of abuse that I do not want to experience again ever. I can't imagine I will ever experience again, to be honest. I mean, it really was that severe. Anyway, so this continued until the summer, until about a month before I went to the Scottish Walk-On, in fact. And then my mum had an accident where, not severe enough to do any damage, but heavy enough to do alarm doctors, and she ended up going to hospital when I was away. And essentially she spent the next 6 months mostly in hospital, with occasionally we was trying to get her into a care facility, like a palliative care, but that wasn't easy because we had a lot of problems. Every time we tried to talk to somebody, everybody was delaying the process and frankly dragging their heels, which was frustrating to me and my sisters. Obviously we were just trying to get the best care from mum. And then we come to the rather saddest part of this video, in that a week ago today my mum sadly passed away. Now, on a strange thing to say, but my sister agreed with it though. Indeed it was my sister that originally said this. In a way it's almost good that my mum didn't last much longer. You know, it sounds nasty, but obviously if you've been through this you will understand. My mum wasn't herself. She knew she was deteriorating. She was aware that her memory had basically completely failed her, and she was scared, and she didn't like this. And indeed, years ago, this was always something that she always said she most feared, was forgetting who she was due to like dementia or Alzheimer's or anything, and being like this. And that's exactly what happened to her. So in a way it's kind of kinder for her to go than what happened. Frankly. So this has been a traumatic year, and sadly for me, on a personal level, this doesn't exactly end, because now I have to move house or home within the next 6 months. This, where I'm living now, will have to be sold due to finances on the house. Obviously my mum was the one that owned the house officially, and now I have to find somewhere else to live in a lot less than 6 months. in a housing market that is frankly awful. Housing is extremely expensive, both either buying or rental. It's extremely difficult, and the prices are through the roof at the moment, and it's not something that I'm looking forward to. And indeed, this is actually making me extremely worried, and I'm frankly scared. I'm not going to deny that. I'm scared by knowing where I might not end up living, because at the moment I'm not finding any successful looking. I mean, if anybody's got any amazing ideas, let me know. I'm not against, some interesting idea that helps me out in some way. So as far as my channel is concerned going forward, I want to make proper booktube videos again, but that will not be an option more than likely for quite a while. For one thing, the books behind me, if I have to move, will almost certainly end up going in boxes in storage, so I won't have access to them, because I'll probably have to get somewhere very, very small for a while until I get back on my feet and I recover, which I will, of course, because I'm an optimist, so I've got an advantage here. But it could be a while though, it could be a good year or more. So this is going to be a difficult time, but I'll get through it, and it's just I'm not looking forward to trying to get through it, because it's going to be simply very unpleasant. But these things happen sometimes, and all you can do is work out a solution and recover. And indeed I will recover, and I will be doing better than ever before much longer. I just wish things were different. Of course, everybody can always say they wish things were different in some way, but it is what it is, which has become a bit of a saying this year, considering what's happened to my mum. I will do a few other videos in the near future whilst I'm still living here, but other than those, I will be very light on booktube, and indeed will probably not be doing booktube videos at all for probably 6 months, a year at least, which is a shame, because I wanted to make a return to booktube sometime this year, because I know I've been lighter last year, for instance, as well, and I wanted to make more booktube videos and get back into it, because booktube, which I've been doing for almost 11 years at this point, means a lot to me on a personal level, and I do appreciate the people that I know on here, the people that I've both met and the people that I haven't met, although I would be quite happy to meet them. And I appreciate the people that have stayed with me for all this time, and indeed the newer people that I haven't really had a chance to know yet. I do appreciate everybody that's left comments watching my videos, because frankly this year the people have been what's kept me going this year, because both my nephew, whom went out of his way to talk to me. I mean, basically I've been talking to him every single day this year. Every evening I talk to him for a bit, because I feel like he helped keep me sane, frankly, because when I was caring, which was traumatic. And indeed, knowing that I was going to the WorldCon in Scotland with that little group of 6 others, which was frankly amazing, by the way. I was going to do a video about it, and technically, if anybody's interested, I still could do a WorldCon video for Scotland. I mean, it will be a very late WorldCon video, but I still could do one if people are interested. I mean, it was an amazing experience, it truly was. 3 different locations with the best people imaginable, and it really was something special. Actually, it was so special that I felt like I was going to cry when I was actually coming home from that WorldCon, because knowing that I had such a good time there, and knowing that I was coming back to this at the time, was upsetting, frankly, I'm not going to deny. Anyway, so that is it for this video. I hope everybody else is doing a little bit better than I've been doing recently. I mean, I think that's not that difficult to do better than me, because of the time, temporarily, because it's been pretty unpleasant. If you have any comments, or if you want to say anything, then feel free. I will do more videos in the near future. And with that said, that is it for this video. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you another day. Bye for now.